From owning NFL star Peyton Manning,
Peyton, you look like if a kid with Down syndrome wished he was big.
to mocking comedian Sean Locke.
Sean is a symbol, and that symbol is proceed with caution.
Here are 9 times Jimmy Carr demolished media personalities, starting with one of the NFL's greatest quarterbacks of all time, who was destroyed on a Comedy Central special.
Peyton Manning is here. Obviously, I don't know much about American football, but I'm told Peyton Manning is one of the top 3 quarterbacks in his family. Peyton, you look like if a kid with Down syndrome wished he was big.
And after Peyton, Jimmy put the entire NFL in his scope.
Peyton had a long and prestigious career in the NFL. He played with some of the all-time greatest, piss and wife beaters. Come on, the only people who get more concussions than NFL players are their wives.
Oh my God.
But Peyton wasn't Jimmy's only target in that special, because he went for Nikki Glaser soon after.
Jimmy A. Carr is what Ralph Macchio has to do to find a place to sleep every night.
But when Jimmy took the stand, his comeback was brutal.
Nikki Glaser is here, one of my favorites. On Nikki's Comedy Central show, Not Safe, she found out her father is hung like a horse. And we found out Nikki inherited her face from her dad's.
And as if getting destroyed on her looks wasn't enough, Nikki exposed herself to more roasts by being too open about her sexual past.
Well, my first job was...
Okay, damn, well, here we go.
I know that all you do is talk about that.
Look,
I did have a good
You
story.
try to talk to women about work, and they just want to tell you
I don't want to hear about
when the first job was.
I wanted to.
And it wouldn't be Jimmy if he didn't put her on blast for it right away.
So, Nikki, you're surrounded by 4 men. This feels like a night out for you, doesn't it? After a couple of drinks, you can sleep with a guy. But if he gives you $14, you really feel like a budget.
I would love that.
Nikki Glaser, budget. That could be the new special title.
As the podcast went on, Jimmy scorched Nikki for her comedy specials too.
I think you should start a family. There, I'm going to go there. I think you should start a family right now. I think you would make
interest. I would be a great mom.
Oh, so I didn't think so, but no, I think you're running out of things to talk about in your comedy specials. I think you should have a family.
Not stopping there, Jimmy also took digs at Nikki's alcoholic past.
You think you'd be
wrong.
You think you'd be a great mom?
Oh yeah.
I think I know someone who's going to start drinking again.
That's the thing. Like,
Mummy needs a livener.
wait, what? Okay.
Get Mummy's special juice.
Wait.
Get Mummy's special juice.
That's the.
You
how
have to
I grew
Uber
up.
to school.
Jimmy.
That Uber driver's cute. Tell him I like him.
And before Jimmy left, he dropped one final reference bomb.
I would do a little bit of vodka, a ton of soda, so I could just chug and consume volume without having without blacking out too fast.
You need vodka lettuce.
I love that people wake up from food
all of this relates to the size of her father's is my take.
It probably does.
It's all about volume.
Oh my God.
And just like Nikki, British TV host Jonathan Ross was also destroyed on his own show when he tried to call out Jimmy's profession.
I just thought it'd be nice to get a bit of a break, and I'm working right the way up to sort of the last day, and then...
And you'll be working, doing stand-up comedy?
Yeah, doing stand-up.
Not really any work then, is it?
Not proper work, it's not like a proper job.
There are people at home watching who have to get up like me and get their hands dirty.
Like you?
Yeah.
You to pop in and drink some goose fat. That's a diet book no one's going to buy.
And when Jonathan started getting freaky, Jimmy shut him down for good.
Are they thinking, look at his big, fat, ugly f***ing face? Because when I'm above now, I'm quite old. Look at this. Imagine me bearing down on that.
A, I feel like I'm being groomed. B, this is the kind of conversation that internet chat rooms were built for.
But someone else who got humbled for being too freaky was Bonnie Blue, the OF star with her 1001 world record.
Was she trying to break a record?
Yeah.
She got the world record. What for? Most disappointed dad.
It all started when a woman heckled Jimmy, asking his opinion on Bonnie.
What do I think of Bonnie Blue? Have I had a stroke? I can't smell toast. I've no idea what... What, sorry?
The young girl who just slept with 1,000 men.
The young girl that's just slept with 1,000 men? What, in how many hours?
12 hours.
12 hours. And once he got to know about her, Jimmy used her as ammunition to shoot down a different heckler.
Well, I don't know, we're very judgy about such things. But we've all seen hot dog eating contests. It's no different. How? All right, mate, your mum's been in the news.
But Jimmy not only exposed the hypocrisy over the outrage, but also sneaked in a jab.
Imagine someone goes on honeymoon and they get for 12 hours straight by their fiance, or by their husband, right, on the honeymoon. But if you have 12 hours with 1,000 random guys, her must be ruined. Same. I think you should do it.
And once he knew everything about Bonnie, Jimmy eviscerated her for good.
Was she trying to break a record?
Yeah.
She got the world record. What for? Most disappointed dad. She broke the world record for most men in 12 hours with 1,000 men. Okay? 1,057. Okay. In second place, 2. She really overcorrected there, didn't she?
But that wouldn't be the last time Bonnie's name came up, because it would happen again just a month later.
Bonnie Blue! Bonnie Blue! Hey, listen, I like gang-banging a porn star as much as the next man. And 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 the next man, this is quite a long bit. And the next man.
But Jimmy came prepared this time, unleashing the brilliant puns he had been brewing.
So let me explain what happened here. So a woman on OnlyFans slept with 100 guys in one day. So another woman, a second woman, slept with 1,000 guys in 12 hours. So now the first lady is saying that she will have as much as is humanly possible in a day. It's literally a race to the bottom.
And even when someone made a great heckle, he had to come back for that too.
Are you proud of your mum? Am I proud of my mum? He doesn't say much, but when he does, it's f***ing gold. Sadly, the only thing you're gonna get in my mum is an ashy. Still a good joke.
But before moving on from her, Jimmy buried Bonnie 6 feet deep with one final shot.
Biggest asshole you've met? The biggest asshole I've met? Well, it's gonna be a girl from OnlyFans. Be like a windsock at the end of that, I mean.
Just like Jimmy hit Bonnie exactly where it hurt, he also took Alan Carr to the cleaners twice on live TV.
Alan, how do you cope with loud bangs?
Oh, I hate loud bangs. That could have been like Michael Jackson when his head went on fire and got addicted to painkillers.
I think if your hair was going to catch fire, it'd have to be a bloody good shot, wouldn't it? Alan Carr, he's either a human with above-average intelligence or the cleverest beaver that ever was.
And unfortunately for Alan, Jimmy wasn't getting off his back anytime soon.
Between them, they are respectively the funniest thing to come out of Birmingham and the funniest thing to come out of the dentist's office. It's Joe Lycett and Alan Carr! Here's Alan, here's you 10 years ago. And that's when you were working as a Basil Brush tribute act?
While it was just Alan this time, Jimmy went on to roast not one, but 4 British celebrities on his own quiz show.
Great to have you all here. Chico time was 2005. I'm not sure you're famous enough to be on a celebrity special. What do you mean? No, because we're 4. We can do it with 4 contestants. We'll do it with 4. Chico, if you can go.
Well, do you know what?
It's not your...
No, listen. I'm happy to go.
Yeah, it's...
Jimmy then took shots at TV host Ryland Clark, but caught an old friend in his crossfire.
This is proper telly. This is none of your daytime nonsense. I'm looking at you, Ryland.
Yeah, I know you are. But Jimmy, babe, I've been around so long, I'm looking at you.
Jonathan's at an age where he's looking at me trying to go, I know him. I know him.
But when Ryland answered incorrectly, Jimmy pointed out his lusty priorities.
Let's hope you're right.
I was too busy looking at you.
And the cameraman.
Yeah, it was the cameraman, actually.
Is it Martin?
It was Martin, yeah, it was Martin.
Yeah, Martin is a looker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got sort of an RAF tash.
Yeah, I look.
OK, well, let's see if you're right. You're definitely not. OK. I mean, it's for charity this evening, but you're too busy trying to get some. OK.
And last was British TV personality Josie Gibson, who got humbled for both her accent and her career.
Can I ask, are you drunk or is it just an accent thing?
No, it's just a Bristolian accent.
Right, because you sound hammered.
Thank I've just done 2.5 hours of live telly.
What, this morning?
That's right.
Is that still on?
It's still on. It's still on.
Against all odds.
Just like Jimmy put all the celebrities back in line on live TV, he did the same for Katherine Ryan on their show, Your Face or Mine.
My first job in the morning as a 24-year-old girl, very naive, would be to check through images which had been sent for babes at home. And they were predominantly vaginas with different objects inserted.
So you guys know each other?
And Jimmy's 18-plus jabs just kept coming.
For you that your drag name is Cheryl Hole and mine is Shara Hole.
You can take that any way you like, but like...
She does take it anyway.
But even as Katherine set herself up for a joke, Jimmy had no plan to pull his punches.
She is stunning, she's gorgeous.
If we had to take bets on who on this stage looks like they were born a woman, I would lose.
I wish I could disagree with that. I really like it.
And it didn't take long for Jimmy to come back at Katherine with another friendly beatdown.
They normally open their legs.
Oh, well,
which is not gonna happen.
Good. So you
normally
open
opening
leg.
Catherine's legs
And
is
then
pretty easy. You can normally just buy her a drink.
You can't do it in that skirt, can you?
Okay, that's exciting that you're not going to get. Okay. But
Okay,
even
sorry.
for. Okay,
I think that there's a guy in the front row that's going to need, I don't know, grief counselling.
While Jimmy roasted Katherine for her age, Clodagh McKenna got cooked on her own cooking show for her pronunciation.
And then I'm putting in fresh tarragon in here too, but you could use thyme, you could use flat leaf parsley if you want to.
Isn't it rosemary and thyme? Did you say thyme?
No, I never mentioned thyme.
Thyme? Sounded like you said thyme.
You want me to say thyme because you know I can't pronounce thyme.
What do you mean some people say thyme?
Okay, guys, I've got shallots
Some people
in
say
here.
a lot of things wrong.
I've got
Doesn't
whole
make it
garlic.
okay.
But when Clodagh started reusing leftover bones, Jimmy lightly dunked on her again.
You'll be left over with a carcass. So you grab your carcass and you pop it into a big saucepan.
What, have
then
you not got a
put in
bin?
some...
Pop it in the bin.
And then you put in some vegetables like carrots, scallions,
It's
celery.
gone. The chicken's done. Wait till she finds out about stock cubes. She's going to feel a fool. They're not even expensive.
But despite almost getting cancelled for his remarks, Jimmy didn't stop sniping celebrities on live TV, like the time he roasted the 8 out of 10 Cats panel.
Legitimate words usually edited out of Countdown include arsehole, gobshite and wankers, but they're all here tonight.
It all started when Jimmy entered roast mode on another show, and the first one in his line of fire was John Richardson.
John keeps all his clocks fast, so he's never late, and it works. Of course, the other reason John is never late is because John is never invited.
I was invited here.
You keep turning up. John has been going out with his girlfriend for over 12 months, and to mark their first anniversary, her friends and family released a special video message pleading for her safe return.
Next on the hit list was Susie Dent, UK's most famous lexicographer.
Susie has written 14 books about the derivations of words, and you can find them all in your local library. Just ask for the Sleepy Go Bye-Bye section. OK, Susie, what have you been looking into recently? Other than glory holes.
And then came comedian Izzy Suddy, who got completely outclassed.
True fact here about Izzy. Izzy once made a 5-foot-tall papier-mâché penguin in an attempt to save an ailing relationship. It's the classic story. Girl meets boy, boy leaves girl, girl makes a giant papier-mâché penguin. Boy is pretty sure he made the right decision.
But Jimmy wasn't done with just 3 celebrities, because last in line was the late comedian Sean Locke.
Sean recently turned 51, which, as Rachel will tell you, is a no longer in your prime number. Sean is a sex symbol, and that symbol is proceed with caution. I'm not saying Sean is bad at Countdown, but Sean Locke is to words and numbers what Sean Locke is to thick, lustrous hair. Sean left school with only 1 A-level, but that didn't hold him back. What's held him back is his laziness, personality and looks.
And whether it is live TV or behind the scenes, Jimmy has no problem demolishing media personalities.